Hello everyone. On the last video we had completed the role and impact of mass media, right? Now we are going to learn about the development communication. What we are going to learn? The development communication. By the name itself, you can easily understand that how the communication can be developed in yourself in particular area. Like sometime in your family there is a lack of communication is there, and if there is a lack of communication, then there is a problem, issue will emerge. Why? Because there is a lack of communication. So communication is very important, and then in that family there is a need of development communication. There should be communication should be developed in that on that family, right? So that is the general meaning of development communication. Let's come to the chapter. In your earlier lesson, you have learned the effective communication is two-way process. Like in the last chapter, which I didn't complete it, but then also it is saying over here, you will learn in that chapter the effective communication is two-way process. So far, we have seen the term communication suggests the use of different forms of media. So communication is a two-way process, which means right now I'm communicating with you. You are able to receive my voice and you are able to understand my language. So it's a two-way process. So far we have seen that the term communication suggests the term communication suggests the use of different forms of media such as printed materials, radio, TV, and so on. Okay. You must also know that communication is used as an empowerment tool. Okay, like you know, uh, also the communication is used as an empowerment tool. Communication is used as an empowerment tool, which means on this planet, okay, as a human being, if you are not able to communicate well, then there will be a problem. Okay, in other words, communication is used as a tool to facilitate the participation of people in development activities. Okay, so communication is used as an empowerment tool, and it is used as a tool to facilitate the development activities. Okay, knowledge and information are essential for people to successfully respond to the opportunities and challenges of social, economic, technological changes. So knowledge and information are very essential to respond to the social, economic, and technological challenge. But to be useful, knowledge and information must be effectively communicated to people. Obviously, knowledge and information is very important, but if a like I have lots of knowledge, okay, and you also have a lots of knowledge, but you are not able to communicate well to the people, okay, effectively to the people. So there is a waste of your knowledge, okay. So communication is very important. You have a lots of knowledge in yourself, but you are not able to communicate well. So because of that, there is a problem, okay. Now, the millions of people in developing countries are excluded from a wide range of information, okay. So millions of people in developing countries are excluded from a wide range of information and knowledge. Clear? So wide range of are excluded from range of information of knowledge, with the ruler in particular remaining isolated from both traditional media and new information and communication which would improve their life. So millions of people in developing countries there are number of people are there, they are excluded from a wide range of knowledge and information, with the ruler poor in a particular remaining isolated from both traditional new information and communication technologies which would improve their life. In the lesson, you will learn about the use of communication to promote the development activities. Clear? So, in short, in this chapter, we will try and understand about. Okay, in this chapter, we will try and learn and understand about if a person have lots of knowledge and information, but that person is not able to communicate well, then there is a wastage of knowledge. So there are some rural area are there, and rural areas are there in the world, and they are not able to receive the information and knowledge. Why? Because that particular rural area are not able to communicate well, or we are not able to communicate with them properly. Okay, now we will learn in this chapter about the use of communication to promote development activities. Okay, we will learn about the use of communication, how the communication is used to promote the development activities. Okay, now the development communication definition. So now let's try and understand about the definition. Here in development communication, you see that there are two words. The term two words are carries development and communication. By now you know that. You know what communication means. Communication is nothing but a two-way process. You have also learned that communication is a message, understood or sharing of experience. When we refer to the communication in the context of when we refer in the context of development, we refer various types of communication like interpersonal, group, and mass. Okay. So there are two words are there: development, communication. Communication, most of you already aware about it, but when we refer to the communication and the development, we are talking about more things like interpersonal, how the communication can be developed in interpersonal, group, and mass communication. Now let's try and understand the term development. It is not easy to define. This depends, as it depends on the context. Development is about change. Development is what is about a change. It is about changing for the better. It could be about social economic change for the improvement of progress. Development is nothing but something could be development. It is can be change, like I develop myself. Okay. Like I develop myself. Okay, like I develop myself. Clear? I develop myself. Okay. uh, when we refer to the development communication, it is when we refer to the is about when we refer to the development communication, it is about such communication that can be used for development. When we saying development communication, and it is about such communication that can be used for development. When I'm saying development communication, so the communication used for the development, it is about using communication to change, improve something. Like communication should be used for improving something. Here we use the different types of messages to change the socio-economic condition of people. This message is designed to transform the behavior of the people for improving the quality of life. Therefore, development communication can be defined as the use of communication to promote development. Those who write or produce program on issue related to development are called development communicator. Clear? What is the role of development communication? Is nothing but a communication should be developed in that area where there is a requirement, right? Like if I talk about the rural area, if I talk about a particular island, so in that island the people are not able to communicate well. So uh, there is a need for development communication over there. What is the role of development communicator? The development communicator plays a significant role in explaining the development process of to the common people in such a way that it finds acceptance. Okay, so explaining how the communication will be developed in order to achieve the objective of development communicator. Achieve the objective. Development communicator has to understand the process of development and communication. They should possess a knowledge in professional technique and should know the audience. Prepare and distribute the development message to millions of people in such a way that they receive and understand, accept and apply. If they accept this challenge, they will able to get the people to identify themselves as a part of society and nation. This identity will help in bringing human resource together for the total welfare of the individual community at large. So obviously, now just imagine uh, there is a one island, okay, and in that island, on that island, there are some people who are not able to communicate English language. Okay, their language is totally different. It's very unique. So here there is a requirement of development communication. So there are rules of communicate development communicator. So that person will first understand the process of development and communication, and then the development communicator should possess the knowledge in professional technique and should know the audience, like who is going to be help them to teach the development communication. So that person should know the audience, and then he will prepare and deliver the message, distribute the message of millions of people. Okay, so because of and if they are able to accept the challenge, they will be able to learn the development communication, and they will become the part of this world, part of the nearby country. Development communication using various media. Okay, so here it is saying that development communication using the various forms of media: news, radio, TV. These are the traditional various media. The history of development communication in India can be traced to rural radio broadcast in 1940s in different languages. Okay, so if I talk about the development communication, we can trace in India when there was a radio in 1940s, before independence. Have you ever heard a rural program on radio? On radio, you have heard a rural program. If you come from a rural area, you probably would have heard. Rural area, you probably would have heard. People who present this program speak in language and dialect that the people in your area speak. The program may be about farming related subjects, and the program may comprises of interview with expert, official and farmer, folk song and information about weather, market its availability of improved seeds and implement. This would be program is there would also a program on related fields. Clear? So 1940s in radios also there is a development in communication, like I am from Uttar Pradesh. So in Uttar Pradesh at that time there is a program which are run so in our own language, like what language the particular area was speaking. Okay, so the radio was also speaking in that language only, so the people can understand better. Okay, during the 1950s the government started during 1950s the government started developmental program throughout the country. Okay, so now the government of India started developmental program throughout the country. In fact, when Doordarshan started 15th September 1959, it was concentrating only on program on agriculture. Okay, when TD was started, DOD was also doing the same thing. There is a program on agriculture. Many of you might have seen the Krishi Darshan program on Doordarshan. Many of you might have seen Krishi Darshan. Later 1975, when India used satellite for telecasting TV program and what is known as satellite instructional television experiment. The program on education and development were made available okay available to 2400 villages in the states of Andhra, Bihar, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa and Rajasthan. Clear? Then after that, the use of satellite, they started providing the education development. As far as the print media is concerned, after independence, when 5-year plans were initiated by the government plan development, it is was the newspaper which gave great importance to development theme. They wrote on various government development program and how people could make use of. In the print media, if the print media have contributed to development communication, the electronic media, especially all radio, all India Radio, Doordarshan have spread message on development as the main part of their broadcast. However, amongst all the media that are used for development communication, traditional media is the closest to the people who need message development like farmer and worker. Okay, and you may have seen the construction worker cooking their meal or dal, rice over pan fires in front of their tent set up temporarily on the roadside. They need to be educated about the values of balance, nutrition, cleanliness, and hygiene, water, and sun. So basically, in short, the development of communication is very important because if the communication will not develop, that particular people will not going to understand. The again, I am explaining you like right now you all are understanding my language. That's the main reason I am speaking in this language and you understood. Okay, but but in India, no one is going to be watch my channel if they do if the people do not if the people know the English, they will never going to watch. Okay, I am stopping here.